Hello and welcome back to another Sunshine Farm Collectibles unboxing. Today is exciting because, as you can see from the thumbnail and what you're looking at right now, we actually found our second VHS tape from the Negavision series. So part of this video is just, you guys are gonna actually get to see these two tapes more. I'm gonna show you them right now, so we're gonna jump into that. And then we're gonna open Negavision, Volume 1, Shattered Dreams, episodes 167 to 169. This was the first VHS volume they released from the Sailor Stars series back in 1996 or 7, I don't remember. And the side kind of looks like this. We have Volume 1, Queen Helenia, Shattered Dreams, and then they did their own little logo for stars. They're very cute. And on the back, we have the 3 episodes, and it echoes from the darkness is what they named 167, A Silent Awakening 168, and Through the Looking Glass 169. I believe they changed the names in the same way that the D-Dub was doing that. So I kind of love that little touch. This was, remember, intentioned to be like, or their intention was to be similar to the D-Dub. So they have the 3 episode clips here, the individual images chosen from each one, the little descriptions. I love this little cutout of the Sailor Stars, one of their transformation items. I guess that's a brooch? I don't know. I don't remember what they're considered. Is that a compact? I'm not sure. Tell me in the comments if you know. Also, it says www.negavision.com, not for sale. I believe that website is no longer in commission, so let's look inside with this. Looks like here you open it and we have this cute printing, Sailor Moon, Sailor Stars, Negavision Volume 1 with this old-timey sticker stamp thing. I remember those. And I love that touch right here that they took the time to put this label on. It looks so nice, and you can tell how much effort was put into this. And I'll announce right now as we're going through this, there is a really cool local guy where I live who actually converts these things into digital, and he will take these tapes, give me, on a memory stick, the digital versions, and he'll spruce it all up so it looks really nice, which I can then share on the website for you guys. But then he's also going to turn these into DVDs, and I believe he can put, special box art and stuff like that. So once we have as I think I'm gonna do it, once we have all of the Negavision material that is possible to find, we're gonna get all of it made digital, and then we will sell the DVDs on the website, but it will be at cost plus shipping. So we're not really making a profit on it. It's just sort of this service where I don't want to be losing money for doing that, but I want to make sure this is getting to you guys, because this is really a cool piece of 90s anime history, specifically Sailor Moon history. All right, Negavision Volume 2, Dark Labyrinth, episodes 170 to 172. I love this with the blur on the crescent moon. I think that's so cute. And have you look at that for a minute. And let's put them together like that, actually. So I love how they look. I love how they look next to each other like that. With you have Helenia now, and then how she was as a child. So cute. And let's look at the backs next to each other. Why not? We have our 3 episodes and their descriptions. I like that they chose that image. It's such a tense moment in episode 171. And then, the same stuff down here. So that is what that looks like. And let's look at this tape. This is so lovely. I like that they added some of these extra details here with this. You get a little picture of Saturn, Volume 2, Dark Labyrinth, plug, not for profit, and then that there. So this one, I knew I had it, but you know, I relocated not long ago, and I hadn't seen it in a couple years before that even. And just as we were putting things away recently, it appeared again, you know, like magic, as Sailor Moon tends to do. So I was really, really, really happy that I found it so I could share it with you guys. So, exciting, exciting news. I will just... boop. And look out for Negavision DVDs available at our website. It will always be at cost, not for profit. That is a service. Oops. That is a service we want to just provide for the Mooney community. Now let's get into the box. Here it is. It's very large. I don't really know what to expect out of this one because usually, as you guys have seen, my packages tend to be a little smaller. This was a big haul of some kind, and I know it was a great deal, but I also know that it could be anything because we're kind of branching out in what VHS tapes we're going to be carrying now that things are going, you know? We're going to diversify just a touch. And the cool thing about doing that is the stuff that is specific to our niche, meaning that is what will be on sunshinefarmcollectibles.com, that will always be on our store. But then some of the other stuff that just doesn't fit into those collections will be up for purchase on our eBay store or our Mercari store. We try never to put the Sailor Moon stuff there, or at least to limit it very much, because it's our heart and we want it on our website. I don't know what to say. But anyway. There's a lot going on in here. I'm excited to see what all this is. So here we go. Let's take out these little things. I know I will need them. Couple more. Into it. These are in such a big, tall stack, actually, that I think I'm gonna have to pull out chunks and display them here so you're gonna get a better view. But I'll let you watch me, I guess, take these bigger pieces out for now. So let's see about that. Single tape here. It looks like Johto Journey's Midnight Guardian. There's a little thing there. And then we'll unwrap them all separately. The box is just coming along for this ride. Sorry, guys. Okay. Now let's start with this stack here. So, looks like we've got the Digimon movie. Love this movie. This is one of the most underrated anime movies, in my opinion. Especially the way they did it in North America, where this is, I think, the first two or three Japanese Digimon movies kind of combined into one epic thing. And I remember seeing this in the theaters, and it was so exciting and so cool, and I'm sure it's still the same. as an adult, so love that. Then we got Shrek. This one is just one that kind of came with the bunch. I'm not like super into Shrek. I'm sure a lot of people are. If that is your thing, this will be up on our eBay store. Let me see. What is with that flap here? I don't understand that. I mean, everything looks good. I'll price it up later. The Batman Superman movie. Now, this is one of those that I've never seen, and it sort of just came with the lot, but I'm going to watch it before I sell it. And depending on how good it is, it might be a special episode available on Patreon as a movie club thing. So look out for that if you join the Patreon, which the link will be in the description very shortly. Possibly when you're listening to this already. So that's exciting. I mean, the box art on this, like, you'll start to see as we compare these things to Sailor Moon, like, this box art is like fine. But it's nothing, I mean, that I like how they did that, honestly. That's cool. I'll give them that. But otherwise, it's just, I'm not seeing anything to, like, you know, be overly excited about, which is fine. Not everything has to be what it is Sailor Moon does, you know. Then it wouldn't be special, right? Okay, so these two tapes are the Little Rascals. This, if you have not seen this, like if you're someone who is, I don't know, probably like 3 or 4 years younger than me even, you may not have heard of this movie somehow, which you need to, this is a movie that, if you grew up in the 90s, you saw this. Everybody knows Alfalfa, you know, Darla, Spanky. Like, this movie is one of the most iconic 90 movies there is. So if you are someone who likes 90s like culture, classic history stuff, The Little Rascals is absolutely for you. And let's see, this was pre-90s. This says, I think, oh no, this says 1994. I swear, now this is where you're gonna see my age showing. I'm sure people who are listening that know this are laughing, but I think there was one prior to this. This is the one I remember as the original, but let me know. I think it is. All right, the Riddler, Batman and Robin. I'm not a super huge Batman and Robin fan, but if I am going to consume that type of media, it would be through the classic cartoons. I'm not too big into the live action movies. They just don't really do it for me, you know, whatever. But this is an interesting tape. I'll probably watch it before I sell it just for fun. I doubt I'll do anything special with that, but Little Rascals is definitely getting an episode. Alrighty, next one. Oh, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. This is really a fun one for me. I'm so happy. I didn't even know this was in this lot. Oh, volume 2. So I love this one so much because I grew up, I didn't watch this a ton, but I used to go to music camps a lot in the summertime, and this is one of the shows for some reason that was always on TV, like wherever I would end up. I don't know why. And so it's associated for me with like vacation, summer, fun, learning, family, you know, like all that kind of cool, good feeling. So I'm gonna have fun with that one. All right. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone with never before seen footage. Harry Potter has been released a billion times over by now. It will always be special to me regardless of what the author says online and on Twitter. You know, I am a big proponent of separate art from the artist, because being a musician and being an artist, I feel like much of that stuff really doesn't come directly from us. It comes from somewhere else. And I think most people who are really celebrated in the field of art and music and creation would say something similar to that, where when you see someone on stage that just has that thing, that X factor, they're plugged into something and they're just letting it guide them, and they're just like going with whatever that is. And it's a similar feeling that I've heard multiple successful like stars talk about, and I feel the same connection with music, where the way I describe it to my kids is, once you gain enough skills, it's very similar to Finding Nemo. There is sort of, it's like jump into the stream thing, like that the turtle is talking about. You just got to find that flow, jump into it and go with it, and then it'll happen for you. And it's this sort of, it feels to me like a kind of almost magical experience. So for me, I know that Harry Potter and the world that this person created and all of those characters came from that place. And her struggles with the way the world is changing and being slow to catch up to it have nothing to do with this. And I'm sure, just like anything, people can disagree with that. You can pull it apart. You can argue that, this, little comment was supposed to be about this, and this was an allegory for that. And if you want to do that and make yourself hate content that you formerly loved just because you, want to be, quote, correct, please go ahead. But that's not how I live my life, and you're not going to make me. So I'm going to continue to love Harry Potter in my own way. I think viewing it on something like this is great, because this was released years ago, before she made any comments on anything. And so you can say that, I'm not purchasing something new. That's fine, whatever. Also, I'm a member of that community that she speaks out against, so I do kind of feel like I can do what I want here regarding that, so I don't know. Okay, Spiderman The Hobgoblin. This one is not that exciting to me. I remember watching it on TV as a kid. I always thought the Hobgoblin was a cool villain, though. I liked that he had the pumpkin weapons and stuff. Just a fun tape. Some of you might be more into that than me. Love that it was the Fox Kids logo, though. And there's like this thing, I don't know what that is. Hi-Fi? Anyone remembers what Hi-Fi was and wants to go off in the comments, by all means. All right. I saw something yellow in here and that just made me happy. Oh, yeah. Ooh, okay. This is a fun stack. Charlotte's Web is a really special movie to me. When I was little, there were a few movies that were very, very, very important to me. And this one, I just could not stop watching. I think because it has such a wide array of emotions, of characters. If you are someone who can let yourself go and get into media deeply, this will make you feel all kinds of things. You feel happy, you feel excited. There are so many cute moments, and then there's this fear because you know what they want to do to him, and like there's the part where you have to deal with death because the spider dies. Like, if I keep talking about it, I might cry, because this movie is so full of life lessons, it's unbelievable. Really. I can't believe we don't make sure that children, read this book and see this in schools. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but we are going to be doing a special on this one for sure. So look to the Patreon for that. The Land Before Time, Journey to Big Water. I have seen this movie at some point, I'm sure. The Land Before Time series really touches my heart. There's something, again, like this movie or this series is so great at helping you or helping children examine difficult life truths. I think in the first movie, Littlefoot, his dad, I think, or his grandpa, I can't remember which one, he dies very early on, and you see this poor little dinosaur grieving and dealing with death. And a lot of us saw that at a really young age, and I think that's important, because teaching your kids resilience, I think, is the most important thing you can do as a parent, But hey, what do I know? All right, moving on. Land Before Time 6, The Secret of Saurus Rock. I definitely remember that title. I remember Sarah, the name Sarah, so much for some reason. Also, the voice actress who did Ducky. I remember when she died a handful of years ago now, and there was this little, like, moment on the internet for her because everybody loved that character so much. So if you are someone who likes internet history trivia, that was a real... Find out who that character was, like who played her. I don't think it'll tell me on the box. And look up when she died, and just... There was so... Everybody's heart broke a little bit. Collectively, I think. You know? Like with Betty White. It's one of those things. Mouse Hunt. I swear I saw this movie. I didn't purchase this one. Came with the bunch. I wasn't seeking this out or anything, but I am going to watch it because I don't remember what it is for the life of me. And either way, I did get a basically close to so sad about that, but a very, very nice clamshell. So this might be a transfer clamshell, but that's fine. All right, almost done. We've got one more stack here. Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. So, I haven't seen this, actually, but I do love all things Native American. I have been told several times that there's probably Native American in my blood. Full disclosure, I have absolutely no family history, so I couldn't tell you. I would love to know personally, but 23andMe and stuff freaks me out, so. I just have always... I should really watch this. I've always felt such a connection with any Native American stories I've ever heard, so... I don't know. That'll be fun to find out. The Wizard of Oz, classic. If you haven't heard, this is basically the human experience, you know, condensed into a movie. I think that's why a lot of people who have been othered in their life in any way can relate to this, because you sort of go through this journey of... You feel like you're thrown into some weird world because as you start to become a young adult, things stop making sense, and there aren't rules and structure the way that you're used to when you're a kid. And then you get like freaked out, a lot of people anyway, and depressed and confused, and you start not knowing what to do. And then eventually at some point, you go through this whole thing where you think like, I have to do this. If I just do that, I'll feel better. If I just do this, if I just do that. And then you get burnt out and you hit a wall. And this is the thing that's going to piss a lot of people off who aren't there yet, but it is true, and you'll understand when you get there. But at some point you realize, like, I can choose to be happy, but it takes so much effort, and that's oversimplified because that's not what it means. It means you have to go back in your brain, and all of those things that you're drowning out at night when you're going to bed, that's the reason you put the TV on or you put the sound on or whatever, so you don't have to think about it. You have to examine it first, and then realize that, compare that to the world and the scope of things, and forgive yourself, because guess what? You're not, a murderer, I hope. You're not, like, there's so many terrible things going on in the world. I really, really doubt that you are contributing directly to the worst of it, and then you recognize, okay, all people make mistakes. That's how we grow. This current society is set up to punish mistakes in a way that is unrealistic, but that is not how human beings work. So you forgive yourself. And then you just start filling your life with the stuff that you really care about and that really matters to you. And that is not being selfish. What that means is you take stock of your skills, the things that give you interest, because when you have interest in something, that gives you natural born motivation, and you say, how can I turn this into something that down the road can help me function in this world and survive? Because at the end of the day, everyone wants to thrive, but we're all truly surviving, especially if you just look around. So, and and that's the thing with the ruby slippers. The power was in you the whole time, but you cannot tell someone that. You can sort of give them these little like breadcrumbs, these hints. You can guide them, but it's so hard to directly tell someone. And the proof of that is everyone who's having a negative reaction to what I'm saying, being like, you can't just say to choose it. You can't just do that. It's not that easy. That's proving what I'm telling you. You can't just tell someone. You guys, you have to hit that point. And I think most of you probably have. And because I'm always late to the party as part of my brain. But, you know, anyway, The Wizard of Oz. If you haven't seen this movie, you know, I will not shame you, but I will say put it on your priority of media to consume, because this is wholesome content that will make you feel better about life in every way. And there's just like the silver. Oh, it's so good. I'm gonna keep this one for me. Oh, and there is a Sailor Moon tape in here. Hello, welcome to what caught our interest in the first place. A gorgeous, gorgeous copy. This is the best quality we have, actually, of this movie at the moment. So, Sailor Moon, The Black Dream Hole, complete. I mean, there's no, like, inserts, but we consider this complete in this day and age. Gorgeous. And another, Land Before Time 7, The Stone of Cold Fire. Gorgeous box. This is one of the best clamshells we've gotten so far. The Stone of Cold Fire. I don't remember this one that well. This will be fun. And probably make me cry, like most of these do. But anyway, there is our... But anyway, that was our unboxing for today. Thank you so much for watching, and yes, we will do the stack. We must. And I can't help it. I know that the clamshells are like plastic and blah and this and that, but guess what? They don't make them anymore. So my enjoyment of them and reusing them and repurposing them how I see fit is just fine, if you ask me. You don't... The shape of this is wrong, and I swear that's the only reason it's getting left out, so sorry about it. Okay.
I knew it. We would find a way. Bumper. Then... Oh, I used the bumper for the door, right?